Hi everyone, we're Travel with Johnny and Will, and today is day 7 of our 7 night cruise around the Mediterranean on board Azamara Pursuit.
Yep, it's hard to believe that a week has passed us.
Mm.
Um, we started off with breakfast this morning. We went up to Windows Cafe. I had a lovely omelette this morning, which was as amazing, and I had some ham croquettes. Um,
I had the French toast made to order, again just with the powdered sugar and maple syrup. I don't know what sort of bread they use, but it's literally, it looks like a sponge, but it tastes much better than a sponge. It's really, really good.
so after breakfast, we headed back to the cabin, quickly got ready then to head out. Azamara had arranged for a shuttle bus to take us from the ship into the city centre. The transfer is free. It takes around 20 to 25 minutes. And the buses leave the ship and the city centre every 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's basically just first come, first served. You don't need tickets or anything.
Although we didn't get a seat, which was a bit unfortunate, but we were one of the last ones on, so it left pretty quick.
Yep. So where the shuttle bus leaves you off, you're sort of right across the road from the big cathedral that sort of sits up overlooking the bay and the water. So we decided to take a wee walk up there and have just a look around. It was such a beautiful day today.
Although the cathedral, I think it was closed because there was nobody that was able to get through the gates at the door. But yeah, it was so warm up there. It was like its own wee microclimate. I think it was around like 22 degrees or something. And when it's 4 degrees, 5, 6, 7 back at home,
Yeah.
that's really good.
And we just couldn't believe it. This is actually November, but look at the weather we're getting, so we were well pleased.
So then after that, we decided to take a dander up through the little historic shopping streets. And to be honest, we've cruised from Palma many, many times before, but we've never actually been to these streets. And it sort of opened my eyes a wee bit to the beauty of the Palma itself. And it was just really lovely.
And you've got like sort of big branded shops and places as well in these tiny little narrow streets. Whereas, you're normally seeing them on a huge high street before,
Yeah, and
before.
you're sort of thinking, how do they even get stock here? Do you know?
Yeah, probably bring them in
Because when the vans passed us, you nearly had to like crouch in because the van was nearly going to hit you in the street.
Yeah. Like I say, we walked around the streets. We did a bit of shopping ourselves, and then basically we stopped off in a little cafe for a quick cold drink before then heading back to the shuttle bus. On the way back to the shuttle bus, Will decided that he would do some arty-farty film
Well,
footage.
we were just updating our Instagram story and getting photos
and
for
even
posts as
and
you do.
even decided to release a bird for this video. So we'll insert it now, and you can tell us in the comments below what do you think of his arty-farty footage. So yeah, we got back onto the shuttle bus. I met a wee friend on the way back who
Did
mistook
ya?
me for crew initially. I should have, yeah. What crew would I be if I wanted to be crew? I think I would want to be like up on the bridge all the time. I'd be happy just to bring the captain cups of tea and coffee. That would be me. So
And then, unfortunately, when we got off the shuttle bus, there was a massive queue. It was massive. It
There were-
was 15 people.
15 people. This is one of the bonuses actually we have found this week with cruising on a smaller ship. We have been so used to going on cruise lines, queuing to get off the ship, queuing to get onto the ship, queuing for drinks, queuing for food in a buffet. And there's been no queues the whole week.
No.
And then on day 7, the biggest queue we could get was like 15 people. But the other thing just to say at this point is that every time that we've got off on a port and we've come back onto the ship, there's always been a guy or a girl standing outside the ship with a table with sort of chilled water. There was pure orange juice on a little table just to welcome you back with a cold drink. And also on the way off the ship, there's a huge bin or
Yeah,
like a
a bin
huge
of-
basket full of chilled water that you can take off then with you to go and explore. So that's a really nice touch, we think.
Yeah, it's a great touch.
Most cruise lines that we've been on, you're like, having to.
They want to charge you. They want to see your cruise card, and they want to charge you £1 for
Yeah.
a bottle of water.
Whereas it's just so handy to and actually today, whenever we got onto the bus, there was a lady and she was like, "Oh, would I have time to nip and get a quick bottle of water? And she
able
literally nipped off, and she said to security, and rather than her going back on scanning her cruise card and coming back off, security actually just ran up the gangway and got her 2 bottles of water and brought them down. So,
But just coming back to what you were saying, Johnny, about the lack of queuing and the convenience of everything, it's really made it so when you plan to go out, everything just seems so not a hassle, and everything's just smooth sailing. There's just no hassle to it, and it really eases you when you're thinking of doing something, because you just think it'll be fine and it'll all work out, and it really has, and that's exactly how it's been.
Like, we've got shuttle buses even before, and we've thought, oh, this time it'll be really busy because people will be starting to get back to the ship, whereas this time it hasn't
But
been
that's
like that.
also combined with the fact that the ship's leaving that little bit later, it's longer in the port. It's just no hassle. No hassle.
So we got back onto the ship and we headed then straight for the patio, and we had a late lunch. I had we actually both shared nachos to begin with, and then I had the As amazing
Azamara burger.
The As Amazing Azamara burger, I'm going to call it.
I just had a turkey burger, but mine's is really good. Yours obviously looks like something you would get in like a real high end bistro restaurant or something.
It's not your typical poolside burger at all. And then Will had some frozen yogurt, but he really just wanted the frozen yogurt. There was a tiny little bit of frozen yogurt in the cup because he wanted like gummy bears and sweets and things.
Because they have sweets by the frozen yogurt machine.
So anyway, yes, after we had our lunch, we decided then we should come back to the cabin. We should start getting our cabin ready because tomorrow we're going home. On a bonus note, though, we get to see the pups. But we also wanted to get our cabin tour finished for you guys to watch. So we came back to the cabin to do that. And then we just chilled for a bit. And then we got ready for dinner.
So for the final time on this cruise, we made our way up to the buffet restaurant, which is called... What's it called? I forget. How do I not know? Windows Cafe.
Yeah.
And we decided to switch it up and actually eat al fresco tonight, as the ship was still sailing away from Majorca.
Yeah, so tonight was British Classics.
Yes,
And we were really
excited.
looking forward to this because... And actually, I talked to my new friend on the bus today about this also, is that how we're all like craving plain or more blander food. So tonight was British Classics. I had a salad to start with. And
I had the butternut squash soup,
And then I had a little bit of cottage pie with like little roast potatoes, which was very tasty.
I opted for the pasta station tonight. Well, I mean, not the entire pasta station, but
because you were craving something bland and a British classic.
And then I decided to go for bolognese with rigatoni pasta, as you do, because I'm craving plain food. Again, it was really nice. It probably was not the right choice if I wanted something plainer, but it was really, really lovely. It was really nice.
And then basically we both had sticky toffee pudding for dessert with some gelato.
We then went down to the Den, to Spirits Bar, just for one drink before going into the Cabaret Lounge. Alexa was on the piano again, and she was actually playing Taylor Swift's Shake It Off, and it was really getting some of the girls at the bar going. But she's really fun, and she's quite an energetic pianist, and she's just something she brings that breath of fresh air, I think.
I wonder whenever people watch this video and they hear us talking about Alexa, will their
Alexas be
all lit up?
Probably.
So after...
And just to clarify, it's not an Amazon speaker that's playing this. it's an actual person called Alexa who's a pianist and
You're
a
trying
singer.
to say that our Amazon Alexas aren't like a breath of fresh air? Anyway, we digress. So after our drinks in the Den, we headed into the Cabaret Lounge. And tonight's show by the signature singers and dancers was called Oh What a Night.
take my eyes off of you.
So it featured songs from the likes of Frankie Valli and the Temptations, and also the Monkees, and it was quite high energy. We did notice that I think one or two of the cast members were missing from the lineup tonight, but those that were there did a great job, and they were really energetic. Like some of them,
it was really, really high energy.
yeah.
It was a really, really good performance. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually the thing is, we were sort of sitting in the second row, and we sort of thought, oh, there's not many people here whenever the show started. But then, whenever we were leaving, and you actually sort of then see who's all behind you,
yeah.
the place was packed.
There's so many seats and areas to sit. There's benches. There's where we were sitting, and they're all set out really well,
And there's, like,
really
high
well
benches and
spaced.
things.
Yeah. It's a really good venue
Yeah.
for like to get an intimate show, and they're like right there.
Yeah, yeah. And then everybody was sort of asked to stay seated after the show had finished, as there was a lovely message then on the screens from the crew. So basically, this was a message from all the crew on board Pursuit. All the different departments, and they each had their little part to play, and it was all very geared to about, you know, hoping that we all enjoyed our cruise, that we felt part of the Azamara family, and again, you know, that does give a bit more of a, there is more of a sort of family and community feel on this smaller ship, I have to say.
Yeah, there definitely is. Yeah.
Yeah, and even in terms of officers and crew, they seem to really be encouraged. It must be the Azamara way. They do seem to be really encouraged to take time with passengers and speaking to them, and, you know, making them laugh or having a carry on with them. It definitely seems to be what part of their job description, basically.
Like even something as little as I forgot my spoon. Like we saw a couple that were sitting beside us in the buffet, and literally one was straight over.
Yeah.
I don't even know how she heard. But it's little things like that they just pick up on. You know, if your drink's half full, oh, do you need another drink? You know, it's just
And actually, we did say this in one of the bars, that it seems to be that the staff know what you want before you do. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was really good.
So all that left time for was for us to go back to the cabin and unfortunately pack up our bags.
Yeah. So basically, this morning we got information from our cabin attendant, basically about times for getting off the ship, and obviously luggage tags as well to fill out and put on your cases. We have to put our suitcases out tonight by 11 o'clock, and then disembarkation is tomorrow between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. Because we haven't booked any kind of shuttle service to the airport or excursion followed by a trip to the airport, basically we can leave any time between 7 and 9, because we're doing our own thing and making our own way back to the airport.
If you liked this video, please consider giving us a thumbs up down below and hit subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell to be notified the next time we post a new video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.